You know you're going to have church that night, when you get up in the morning, you ought to always start praying. Asking the Lord every time you pray through the day, God, help us tonight in church. Help us, Lord. Because there ain't nothing no worse when the Lord don't show up on it. Amen. Nothing no worse. 1 Samuel chapter number 15 and verse number 22 and 23. And this is after Saul had disobeyed God, and the preacher, the prophet of God, came by the name of Samuel and confronted him. The Bible said, and Samuel said, hath the Lord great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices, as in obeying the voice of the Lord? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams. For rebellion, and that's what I want to talk about tonight, rebellion. Rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and adultery, because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord. He also hath rejected thee from being king. That's all that we'll read tonight. And those two verses right there, there's a lot of preaching in that. Amen. There is a whole lot of preaching. But I want to talk tonight by the help of God, and I want to talk tonight about open rebellion. Amen. There's a difference tonight in secretive rebellion than open rebellion. And I want to give you an example tonight. Everybody in here, no doubt, has disobeyed their mother and their daddy at one time in their life. And no doubt you've probably got a whipping, or you've got scalded real good. You've done something that your mommy and your daddy told you not to do it. Amen. They told you not to do it. Let me just use this right here for an example. Amen. I lay my daughter's right here, and I lay this right here, and I say, don't you touch this. Don't you pick it up. Don't you have nothing to do with this. Amen. Don't you do it. Well, you know, the curiosity in young people, the curiosity and just in humanity, there's something inside of each and every one of us that makes us want to, amen, to do opposite and go opposite of what God has always told us to do. Now, most of the time, amen, unless you've got a real brave boy and a real brave girl, most of the time, amen, before that she'll take that, you know what they'll do? They'll wait till mommy and daddy's head is turned this way. Amen. Any of y'all ever done something when mommy and daddy wasn't looking? Well, sure we have. Every one of us. While mommy and daddy is not looking, that's when, amen, they'll do that. And, you know, that'll make a dad mad. That'll make a mom mad. When they tell their young'un not to do something, and they just go right back and just go completely opposite of what their mommy and daddy says. Now, brother, if there ain't no better definition than rebellion than that right there. Amen. Rebellion, secretive rebellion. But I'm not talking about that tonight. I'm talking about open rebellion. So I'd lay this down here right now, and I'd look at Julie, and I'd say, don't you take that. Don't you pick that up. Don't you have anything to do with that. Now you reach up there and get it. And right in front of my face, she reaches out there, and she gets that. Open rebellion. Now, the thing about mom and dad is, and the thing about your family, your husband and your wife and your children and all like that, amen, we're not an omnipotent God. We're not a God that knows everything. We're not a God. You can get away. My children can get away with some things in their life. And their daddy, I tell them all the time, you ain't going to get away with nothing because God has shown me in my dreams what you're doing. Amen. God's done that many of the time. God showed me in my dreams things that my children, brother, was doing, and I needed to pray for them. But you can. It is possible tonight. Brother, now look up here at me. I'm preaching to you tonight. Amen. It is possible tonight, brother, to do it, to get away with your family and your friends and your boss and somebody like that. But brother, how you going to get away from God? And how you going to turn your way and your face where God won't see you? How you going to get in a corner? How you going to get in a dark room somewhere and brother, God ain't going to see it? Now, I'm going to tell you something tonight. Amen. If I told my children not to do something and brother, they did it in a secretive way, brother, that's bad. But when they do it right in front of daddy's face, brother, right after I told them, there's something in me that makes me want to take his hand, brother, and slap him right in the face. Have you ever wanted to do that? Well, imagine how God feels, brother, after God has given us a list, amen, of things that he did not want us to do, and brother, some places that he did not want us to be, and some things he told us not, brother, to pick up and handle. The Bible said to touch not the unclean thing, amen, taste not. You see, God has given us some rules, and God has given us, amen, the spirit of truth. So yet, therefore, when we disobey God, like Saul did, amen, it's like, hey, God, look at me. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to live the way that I want to live. Amen. I want you to understand tonight that there's a set of eyes, brother, on you at all times. Amen. There's a God when you think that there ain't nobody watching, that there ain't nobody listening, that there ain't nobody seeing you. Brother, you're a fool to think that. The Bible said the eyes of the Lord, that they're going to and fro in the earth, beholding the good and the evil. There's some things that I've got by with that my mom and dad don't know to this day. There's some things that I've got by with that nobody knows. But I've never got away with anything from the record keeper. Brother, that's writing down my life, and he's writing down your life. I want you to understand tonight, when God tells you not to do something, brother, God means it. And for you to stand up and, brother, willingly be ignorant of God's word, there's either two things. Either you're not right in the head, brother, or you've got rebellion. Amen. What is it today that makes people disobey God? It's nothing that more than rebellion. The Bible said that God told Saul to go down into the Agag and destroy the Amalekites and destroy King Agag. And the Bible said that he didn't do it. Amen. The scripture said that he wanted the children, the babies, every one of them utterly destroyed. But Saul did it his way. How many people do you know tonight that call themselves say, preacher, he won't do that. He's a God of love. But I respect him like that. I know he's got the power like that. Amen. He's God. And besides him, there is none other. And the Bible said that Balaam, he was a mighty man of God. And Balak, or Balaam, had brother sent for Balak, had to come up to the mountain, had to curse the people of God. And God said, don't go. But he went anyway. Hey, some things that God will tell you, young man, and you young lady, not to do. And you willingly go do it. Brother, it's nothing more than the sin of witchcraft. It's open rebellion. I want you to understand before we quit tonight, there's nothing that you'll ever do that'll be in secretive. There's nothing that you'll ever do. When that woman, when you put that hand on that woman or that young girl, and you think mommy and daddy don't see it, but there's a God in heaven that's watching every move that you make. When you get around a corner and you feel that lip full of snuff, or you're sneaking out there, amen, smoking your cigarette, and you're thinking nobody sees it. There's a God in heaven that sees it. When that phone shows you pornography, amen, you're looking at them magazines and you think nobody's seeing it. There's a God that's watching your rebellion. While you laying bed at night, there's a record being kept of you. And if you could see where I've seen, if you could see what lies ahead for them that don't know God, and be a fear in you, amen, you'd throw that cigarette down and you'd shut that pornography off of your phone. Hallelujah. And you'd say, God, what is it that you have me to do? Saul took measures in his own hand and said, God, I don't need to hear what you got to say. I'm going to do it myself. And now, wait a minute, Brother Jason. This is prayer meeting. Amen. This is the heart of the church. What are you done preaching it to us for? Because I love you. Because I care about you. Because I want to see the power of God upon your life. The Bible said, he that knoweth to do good and doeth it not to him that is sin. Listen to me, God. He's a good shepherd and he talks to his sheep. The Bible said a stranger that they will not follow. There's a lot of strangers out there. There's a lot of voices coming from the left, coming from the right. But you better hold on to God and obey what God says to do. It don't matter if the whole world turns away and does the opposite. You stand for God, and don't you be rebellious. And at the end you'll be glad. At the end you'll be glad. I said at the end you'll be glad. You didn't defy God and you live for him holy. I wonder tonight, have you got what it takes? If the whole work where you work at, if every one of them went against the grain in God, would you stand alone and let every one of them go their way? Would you have enough God in you, amen, not to have the rebellion? You see, there is a thing, we look at it and we call it rebellion, amen, but there is a rebellion of just not thinking. When David brought the Ark of the Covenant back, the Bible said that he didn't do it properly. Amen. The Levites was to take the poles and to put them through the holes in the, amen, in the Ark of the Covenant, and to put it on their shoulders and to march it back toward, amen, the city of David. But David built a new cart. Amen. That's not scriptural. That's not right. And God had to correct him because he disobeyed. Amen. But you see, that kind of rebellion, amen, is a rebellion that God looks at in us every day. We all make a mistake. But I'm not talking about that kind. I'm talking about this kind. Daddy, I'm going to take it and I don't care what you say. Daddy, I'm going to do it and I don't care. That's what I'm talking about tonight. Amen. That's the kind of, if you got rebellion, that's the kind of rebellion you got. It's open and God sees every bit of it. So I don't want to disobey the Lord. The Bible said the dumb ass spake and rebuked the prophet because he was being rebellious against God. God, help me tonight not to be rebellious Now I'm going to tell you something. It's real easy to fix all this. All you got to do is believe in God. If you believe in God and believe in hell and believe in heaven, you won't have no trouble, amen, living up to what I'm preaching. If you really believe in it. If you don't believe in it, you think it's just all a bunch of hoax, you're going to go right on the path that you want to walk. You're going to go right on the path that you want to try. Amen. This is your life tonight. This is your soul. When you stand before God, you're not going to have a soul to blame. You can't blame the preacher. You can't. I don't care where you come from, what your circumstances been in your life. We can all talk to daylight and cry crocodile tears and tell why we ain't where we need to be. You're not where you need to be with God because you chose to be there. Right. Amen. You chose to be there. Amen. You don't have the power. You ain't got the joy. You ain't got the life. You ain't got the Lord. The way you chose to be there. Now quit crying and pointing at everybody else. And point at yourself and say, it's my rebellion that got me here. It's my disobedience that got me here. It's my rejection to God that got me here. I'm going to tell you one thing. Amen. People counsel. There ain't no counseling. Amen. Want to come over to the preacher's house and get counseled. There ain't no counseling. Get up here and repent. Get your heart right with God. Get on the highway. It's called holy. And let God fill you with joy. If you're here tonight, you've got rebellion in you. Oh, preacher, that's such a bad word. That's almost like a cuss word. But I've had it in me. I know God said it wasn't right. Yet I found myself getting tempted. Gone away. Even to this day, I can hear things, see things, being tempted. Music will come on. I love that old country music. Boy, y'all looking at me awful funny tonight. I love that old country music. Boy, I loved it, Johnny. There's something in me that'll make me want to listen to it. Well, there ain't nobody around you. You can do it and get by with it. And ain't that a lie of the devil? There ain't nobody can do anything and get by with it. And the thing of it is, he's writing it down on you. And one day at the end of the world, all that stuff that you thought nobody's seen, the books is going to be open. And it's going to be read on. So this is going to be one of them altar calls where it's going to really get down where we live. You got that rebellion. You got something in your life that you're battling with. You need to come up here. Get in this altar. You need to pray. Sir, come on. While every head's bowed and their eyes closed. Oh, what joy we had in the service tonight.